Good afternoon, everyone. Are we all here?
Yes, we're all here, right?
Wonderful. Hello, so nice to see you.
Same here, thank you.
Wonderful. This will be a very special session, I'm very sure. So we wholeheartedly welcome you to Panorama International Literature Festival 2022, conducted by Writers' Capital International Foundation Worldwide. I'm Secretary General and PILF Chief Coordinator Arindura Kavadia, extending you a warm embrace from Athens, Greece. Welcome to our live session, which is actually a celebration of literature and of life. Because we in Writers' Capital bridge cultures and unite nations. Therefore, we have joined all together in the realm where life meets literature, in which you all are the bearers of light. Panorama International Literature Festival is one of the two signature programs of Writers' Capital Foundation, along with Panorama Art Festival, in which hundreds of writers from across the world get together, marking the beginning of yet another season of celebration of literature. We have extended our invitation to all continents of the globe, and we received a remarkable production of noteworthy literary works, which we are immensely proud of. This has, of course, not gone unnoticed, and that's why we have received global acknowledgement as world's #1 lengthiest literature festival with extensive media coverage in many countries across the planet. We are so happy and proud that our highly set objective has been met with great success as poets and writers across the world meditated upon a very special theme, composing a work for eternity. Especially in today's session, we are infinitely happy to have among us a bouquet of bloomed flowers, little diamonds that have come at this tender age to join us in the realm of literature. They have come forward to recite their own poetry, coming from within their hearts, and bring their fresh ideas along with those of renowned poets from across the world. They have come to bring to us all the breeze of youth, a fresh gust of wind to rejuvenate us, while at the same time they will be polishing their skills of writing in order to become better and reach higher levels of poetic expression. All the more, though, they'll be contributing to the enlightenment, first and foremost of their own generation, by setting the example themselves as role models, which hopefully more will follow, so as to spread the values of humanity. We, as literateurs and educationists, understand all the more the significance of inspiring the youth and engaging them in such worthy and meaningful causes. At this point, I have the pleasure to deliver to you all the best wishes and the warmest of welcomes of Preet Nambiar, our Honorable President of Writers' Capital Foundation and Panorama Chairman, poet, author, educationist, and ardent humanitarian. Besides, we have the happiness to have among us Johanna Devadayavu, a member of the advisory board of Panorama International Literature Festival and Writers' Capital International Foundation, poetess, and also ardent humanitarian, who is going to speak on behalf of Writers' Capital. Sister Johanna.
Thank you very much, dear Sister Irene. Very glad to be among all of you. A hearty welcome to everyone. This is a very special program arranged for the children, and I'm so happy to be among you all today. On behalf of Writers' Capital International Foundation, and on behalf of myself, a very hearty welcome to you all, esteemed young geniuses, wonderful junior poets from India. A special greeting to the curator and moderator of this program, Ms. Chitra Troviji, and greetings to the President of Writers Capital International Foundation, Professor Preet Nambiar, and the Secretary General, Professor Irene Dura-Kavatia, who have put in an enormous effort to host this grand and unique Panorama International Literature Festival 2022. Writers Capital International Foundation is a non-profit, non-political, and non-religious literary organization for writers and creators across the world. The principal aim of the foundation is to bring writers and others who are in the field of creative expressions under a single umbrella to share with each other their experiences, expertise, and to further inspire their caliber. We also aim to provide writers and artists a great platform for their vivid expressions. The organization stands for creative people across the globe and is dedicated to fostering qualities that would ensure their overall development to help them create their own footprints in the world. We believe it is our prime responsibility to act for social causes, and we aim to reinforce values for humanity that would benefit the whole world. The vision of Writers Capital International Foundation is to build up a world beyond borders where myriad lives coexist harmoniously, respecting perennial values applicable for the entire planet and beyond. Our mission is to gather creative minds, to reach the grassroots, to educate and to inspire people for achieving the concept of one world and to protect the planet from the challenges of time. Amidst all the diverse forms of life and indifferences, life is one in nature. The realization of the same would help one to live magnanimously and bring peace and harmony into the world. In these times of turbulence, let each one of us be a bright and shining light for hope and confidence. May the hues of our love enlighten the whole world. May peace among humanity and love for all life spread in abundance. Do continue to rise and shine with the pristine spirit of youth. Thank you for joining us in this massive movement for social change and awareness in love. I herewith close my words with gratitude. Thank you.
We thank you, Sister Johanna. And without further ado, let us now all indulge in the inspiring verses on the theme Shunya. Therefore, I give the dais to our special friend, Dr. Mulia Kamalnut, and the curator of the session, Chitra Torvi, to conduct the so special program.
Thank you, Ms. Irene. I wouldn't take much of your time. Chitra ji, please carry on. Welcome to all the children. Welcome to Chitra. And thank you, Ms. Irene. Thank you, Preet sir. Thank you, Johanna ji.
Namaste. And a very warm welcome to all of you. A warm welcome to Preet sir, wherever you're watching this show from. And of course, Irene ji and Johanna ji, Amulya ji, and how can I forget our little participants here, present here today, who are the heroes of the show, right? You know, at this age, probably I was playing around with toys in my hand, those whatever toys, the stuffed toys or whatever thing. But here I see these little kids sitting in front of me as poets and poetesses. It's such a wonder. So I welcome all of you, you young talent present here, and also a very warm welcome to all those viewers who are watching this live session through various platforms from across the globe. Before we begin, I would like to just give a quick introduction about myself. Nothing fancy about me, but something small so that you all know me. Okay, I am Chitra Torvi, like you all know. I come from Pondicherry, India. I was a student of Bachelor of Commerce from Bangalore. I am a simple, happy homemaker, and I believe in utilizing my time wisely, and hence I voluntarily teach Bhagavad Gita to children and adults during my free time. My interests are mostly into scriptural reading, basically to increase my knowledge base. And I love cooking and I love trying different cuisines. And I'm also a very passionate singer, just a passionate singer, but not a great singer. Okay. So today I would like to thank Preet sir, the chairman of Writers Capital Foundation, who has provided this prestigious platform of Panorama International Literature Festival 2022 to bring us all together. We've already had a great start with inputs from Irene ji and Johanna ji, very short but quick wish from Amulya ji as well. So this non-political, non-profitable and non-religious organization aims at bringing writers from across the globe on a common platform to be a part of this wonderful, to share their talent. And today I'm happy to be a part of this wonderful event, which involves young talent like all you kids present here. This is a wonderful platform that brings all great and well-known writers together and also recognizes great writers who would perhaps go unnoticed from every corner of the globe. The topic for this year, as we all know, is Shunya, the celestial void. What is Shunya? This is a Sanskrit word which directly translates into emptiness or vacant. But when you go deeper into it, it's a total contrast. What we call as Shunya is that which sustains the entire cosmos, that which is Nirakara, Nirguna, or the formless and attributeless, respectively. In meditation, we look to attain to this state as it's said to be a tool to unite with the ultimate source of this creation, or the Brahman. So Shunya is that void which is limitless. Shunya also means zero, but when these zeros are preceded by a digit, it can reach infinity. Such is the expression of this powerful theme, and I'm truly blessed to be a part of this session, one of a kind session, in fact. And now I'm super excited and I can't wait any longer to hear poetry written by you little children present here. Without any further delay, let's begin our session. So I hope all of you kids are ready, and I request all of you to kindly turn your videos on. I think it will be more fun to watch all your smiling faces when the session is live. So can I please request everybody to turn on your videos? Great. Okay. A couple of more, then I'm just waiting here. So I would like to first call upon our first participant here this evening. And let me quickly tell you, there'll be about 5 to 7 minutes for each one of you to recite your poetry. And if you want to quickly say what it is, what it means, or whatever you want to share about your poetry. So let me quickly introduce our first participant here today, which is Ananthini Mishra. Welcome, Ananthini Mishra. This is a quick intro about this young child here. Ananthini Jimpa Mishra is a 13-year-old girl aiming for her words to reach the stars with the water droplets of the ocean on them. She is a class 9 student in the Mothers International School, New Delhi. While she considers writing to be her calling, there is little more tempting to her than the smell of books, musky in the new, fresh pages and familiar in the older, classic ones. She is a prodigy author, content creator, TED speaker, and podcaster. She has published 5 books, namely Treasure of Short Stories, Manhattan to Munnar, Amalgam, Manhattan Ru Munnar in Odia, and Khazana Kahaniyon Ka in Hindi. Wow, what a talent that is. That is really, really wonderful to know about Ananthini Mishra. So a very warm welcome to you, Ananthini. So please, it's over to you now. You can start.
Hello to one and all. As I've already been introduced, for the gutsy sake, I'll say it again. My name is Ananthini Mishra and I study in class 9 of the Mothers International. I have 3 published books and their respective translations. First one being The Treasure of Short Stories, which I wrote when I was in 7th grade. and its Hindi translation, Khazana Kahaniyon Ka. Then I have Manhattan to Munnar, which is a novel following two sisters as they make a continental trip from America to India on a voyage. It's a novel and it is translated into my native language, my mother tongue, that is Odia, Manhattan to Munnar. Then my latest publication is Amalgam, which is a collection of prose and poetry that I wrote over the course of the past year, that is 2021 and some of 2020. Without further ado, let me start with my poem. Today, the poem I'm going to recite in front of you is called O Society. It is something I wrote aiming to shatter the wall of patriarchy with my words. This was written at a time where crimes against women and men and young children were at their peak. I wanted to express my thoughts, and what better way than to write a poem about it. So starting, when the tall velvet curtains swish and the play opens, the stage will witness the same history once again, of the performers and their past, of their mind and their heart, the lines of droplets on their sunken cheeks, of their tears and yesterday's rain. There stands a little girl, her eyes hopeful, her smile joyful, her dreams huge. She moves forward, the little thing, to where she wants to stand. She wants to earn for her mother's dress and her father's medicines. Oh, but that doesn't matter in this land. The sound of her hitting the stage hits hard and harder, yanked down from the scintillating fantasy to this murky reality. She should have worn her shirt without any loose buttons and the skirt lower. Every scream she deserved and every slap she had invited. Oh Lord, forgive the brutality. Burnt she laid, spent she passed, her blood burned through the stage, turning faces at the smell, remorse, guilt, and shame, a life too late. Oh society, you play your part so well. There stands a little boy, his laughter uncontrolled, his innocence enrapturing. Can't get enough of his kitchen set, his mama fondly says. Dabbling the kettle or waving the spatula, he does it all. Enjoy, young boy, it's the last of your happy days. Men don't work in kitchens, the people scream. Men don't cry either when what matters is taken away. We are the ruthless, we are the dominant. What kind of a man is he in a woman's way? Gone is the day of the boys and son. Gone is his mother who brushed his hair. The pit of despair, the tunnel of depression, deeper and deeper he fell. In the end, the blade reached his wrist, pulling him under the sea of red. Oh society, you play your part so well. Oh society, why do you smell of blood and despair? Oh society, why do you prey on the innocent and fair? Oh society, who carved these murders on you? Oh society, look, is that blood running against the length of you? Oh society, why do your fingers hold a bloody knife? Oh society, why is it against another neck, claiming another life? It's you, the society smiles, its soulless eyes and emotionless facade registering no plea. Realization slams in a twist of agony, soul-crushing agony. Yes, it's us, we silently agree. The curtains close with a swish as the play finishes. We console ourselves, it was just a play, just a dream. Fireworks are sent off, awards are given. But behind every smile of the performers, society's victims are what their eyes scream. Thank you.
Wow. Look at that expression through words from such a young mind. That was really deep and extremely beautiful, Ananthini. Well done. And thank you for sharing your poetry with us. Next in line is Dia. Is Dia around here? Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't see the name on the screen. So welcome, Dia. So let me quickly introduce Dia to all of you. Dia is 10.5 years old. She loves writing her own songs and singing it. She loves to play the piano and playing with her two dogs, Appu and Aries. Oh, that's nice. I have one dog, but you're luckier than me. You have two. That's really nice. Okay. That's a short intro about little cute Dia here. Over to the you, Dia. Please.
You can speak. You can speak.
All right.
Speak about yours.
So myself.
Yeah.
My name is Dia Mysore. I love to read and write my own stories, usually like fantasy, and it's like what? Okay, so I love singing, and I also write my own songs sometimes. I also play the piano with them as well. And poetry is always like spoken to me, almost like free verse and rhyming also. I just really love poetry. It's like woven carpet with words. So I hope you like my poem. The Void. A permitted midnight, a perilous thicket, as scary as your fears. A terrifying trench, a void of great horror. This place could bring you tears. A floating nothingness, a mystery behind walls. You've known about it all along. Where the more we run away, the more that we belong. Many theories have been written, but the answer is unclear, like a mysterious song with forgotten lyrics. When the more you try and understand, your mind plays you tricks. The fear, the mystery, the darkness without history. I sit and ponder and wonder. What if? What if? What if? What if these blanks in space are portals, vortexes to another globe, an entry to Atlantis, a fantasy unknown, a place of new beginnings, a doorway to heaven? These ideas could be real or could be from within, although the conclusion could be the most crazy thing imaginable. It could unlock so many things like teleportation or time travel. It could lead to a euphoria, a sight of magical things. How marvelous is the imagination that human mind can bring. I'm done.
Wonderful, really a beautiful poetry, Dia. That was really cute. And thank you for sharing it with all of us. And next in line is Christie Khandelwal. So let us see what Christie Khandelwal is like. Let us learn more about her. So she is a student of Sri Venkateshwara International School. Christie Khandelwal is passionate about literature. She published her first collection of poems named The Symphony of My Words, where she was, when she was 11 years old. And she's also co-authored 12 books published of the prominent publishing houses in the world. She also loves sketching and creating art, whereas a few of her artworks have been published on blogs and websites. While she has been bestowed with the Child Prodigy Awards, Executives Achievement Awards, Global Kids Achievers Award, and Literoma Young Achiever Award, her work has also been included in India Book of Records. OMG! What is this little pataka, actually? That was a cracker of an introduction for this little child present here among us today. So I can't wait anymore. Come on, over to you, Christie.
Yes, ma'am. Namaskar, everyone. I'm Krishna Kanewal, a 12-year-old author from Delhi, India. I am a poet and I've been recognized as the youngest writer and I've got many awards. I also love sketching and creating art. In this lockdown, my poems got published nationally and internationally. A few of my writings have also decorated the UK's British Library. I have authored the book The Symphony of My Words, which is a collection of my nationally and internationally published poems. My name is now in the India Book of Records, upcoming edition 2022. A lot of my artwork has also been published on a number of blogs and websites. I'm so glad to be a part of Panorama International Festival 2022 on the theme Shunya, the Celestial Voice. I will now be reading my poem Death. It is the inevitable truth. It is unavoidable. It's the fear of many to be permanently unavailable. One day we'd be gone. One day we won't be us. One day we would return to what we were. One day we'd be dust. One day we'll all be in the soil or floating in the air. We turn into flowers or just be everywhere. But it'll be impossible to be absolutely gone. We'd always be there, even in a storm. Since information cannot be destroyed, it can only be changed into another form. We'd still be there somewhere in the universe, reincarnated into another creature. We can't be truly erased forever. That's the universe's feature. Whatever I wrote is true. Whatever I wrote that you read. So don't tear up at all. It's impossible to be completely dead. Thank you.
That's a wonderful, poetry, Christie. Thank you for sharing it with all of us. Thank you so much. Next in line is Ritika Samir. Welcome, Ritika Samir. So let me quickly tell more about this little talent here. She's 11.6-year-old sixth grader from the garden city of Bengaluru who loves to dance and write songs. She also enjoys sprinting and playing. Did you know that she loves listening to music and currently a Blackpink fan? She's fondly called as Ritu. So I'm also from Bangalore, Ritika. So nice to know that you're also from Bangalore, and I can't wait to listen to your poetry. Over to you, Ritika.
Thank you so much. Namaste. I'm grateful to the Writers Capital Foundation for giving me this opportunity to express my interest in poetry at the Panorama International Literature Festival 2022. So today I'm delighted to recite my poem, The Life's Void, based on the theme Shunya, the Celestial Void. So I hope you like my interpretation. Let's start. A celestial void in outer space, something that we should embrace. Celestial voids are empty, empty as a vacant city, known as Shunya, and shines bright like a diya. Our life like a celestial void, we cannot avoid. In the beginning of a new chapter, up to you to be miserable or filled with laughter. Our life is a game, up to us to play. Starting of the day, you decide your way. Fill up your celestial void with happiness as joy is endless. Thank you.
Yes, we loved your interpretation. I'm sure everybody will agree with me. That was really wonderful, Ritika. Thank you for sharing it with us. And next is Sakshi Prabhakar. Welcome, Sakshi. So let me introduce Sakshi to all of you. Sakshi is currently studying in 10th standard in Sindhi High School. She aspires to be a successful businesswoman in future. She loves traveling the world, visiting new places and learning about the culture and lifestyles of the natives. She likes to dance in her free time to relax her mind. Of course, I'm sure even poetry included in that. So yeah, so over to you. Sakshi, please take it.
Hello, everyone. Can I just do a small activity before I start my poem or the concept that I want to explain? So can everyone just close their eyes for just like a 10 second? Yeah. So in the darkest emptiness, there's always something. As the life that you are, you have a choice. Either you can be a small creature in this vast emptiness, Or you can be that emptiness which is the source of all creation. Perhaps a true zero, meaning absolute nothingness. This is what we refer to Shunya. Now everybody could open their eyes. When we close our eyes, we think we are in a state of void or Shunya because we don't see anything. But actually we aren't. Because I'm sure like when we all close our eyes, I think some of them will be having the thoughts like, when is my turn? When am I going to be speaking? Or how did I do? Did I do nice? Or some will be having the thoughts of like, when are my exams going to be? So even when we think that we close our eyes, we have no thoughts, but achieving the state of Shunya is very difficult. Our life, it begins with it and will surely end with it too. But we lose this gem called as Shunya somewhere between our journey. There are actually two ways of where we can view an empty paper. For example, one person might frown on seeing the paper because it's empty. The second person might come up with creative and intellectual thoughts, and maybe it might even change the world in its various glory. Shunya sounds simple, but it would be difficult to explain, as we feel like if we look into Google what the definition of Shunya means, it just says nothing, empty, or zero. But I can assure you it's a very complex topic. When I think that I'm finally able to wrap my head around this topic called Shunya, a new unanswered question and thought starts popping up in my head, which brings me back to zero, or you could call it Shunya. It's something which is indefinable, and 26 letters of alphabet are incompetent in explaining unless you experience or understand it yourself. Shunya, nothing we feel it's easy, but it's a state which you can't even stay for a minute without thinking of something. So here I present my poem called as Undefinable Void. When we close our eyes, we see nothing. But words of deep depth and moral have originated from this nothingness. Buddha found this enlightenment in celestial world. As a child, I used to look at the sky and conclude as far as my eyes could see as an end. But knave me, little did I know that it was just a beginning. The same sky which had an ability to make me quiver with fear during storms and beam with happiness during bright days was yet to be discovered and stretched till infinity. There's this question which has kept me sleepless for many nights. What happens to me when I fall asleep? Where am I transmitted to? What is that hollow darkness I seep into? And how do I come back from this darkness due to a mere alarm? Well, I guess I can call it a state of Shunya now. Even in life, falling down to zero need not be depressing as we think, because you can start something new only from zero, that is Shunya. Once you hit zero, you have nowhere else to go rather than rise up to one. Zero gives you an endless possibilities that we can think of. Emptiness holds a great joy too, which we are inept to understand. An empty egg or a womb has given life to a new soul. An empty bottle of water had quenched someone's thirst. An empty sack of rice had calmed someone's hunger. The concept of Shunya has been around us all the while, with or without our knowledge. Shunya is like a modern art which holds innumerable perspectives, which just requires eyes to see. I always wondered, would I be going to hell or heaven? But sometimes I question the very existence of these two. What would happen to me once I die? What would happen to this gleaming soul? Where does a person go after his death? And where did this huge universe come from? Who created it? Its complexity and beauty intrigues me. Where will this universe go back to? Are we in a loop which has been going on for eternity, which has no end at all? Will our future generation know that we ever existed once this world ends? I have so many unanswered questions, which I can temporarily answer them as a result of a void. But I think some questions are better unanswered and kept as mystery to the humankind, because a person would rather go eccentric trying to find answers to such beautiful, mysterious things created by the nature, or a Shakti which we have given forms as God. Our journey's final destination is to reach the void from where we started. What an irony, I must add. Life starts with Shunya and ends with it. We entered this world with nothing and are going back with nothing. Then what's up with this fake pride and ego? Let's adorn ourselves with humbleness. One thing we all know is that we will go back into an ultimate voidness from where we'll be not able to return ever. Then why this violence, hatred, lust, desire, anger in the name of religion, nationality, power, or money? Let's not forget, we don't take any of these materialistic things back with us. So let's live this short, unpredictable life to its fullest and not make our entire life revolve around these worldly aspects. Thank you, friends, for listening to my poem with uttermost patience. I would like to conclude by saying that we chase money to fulfill the emptiness inside us. But at the end, it's too late. We realize this void can be fulfilled only with inner peace and nothing else. But alas, by the time we realize this, we would have seeped into an eternal celestial world. Light and darkness both emerge from this void. It's left to us to choose the right path and make the right decision of our life. Thank you.
That was truly wonderful, Sakshi. Yes, definitely humbleness is the key, right? Human beings, as long as we develop humbleness, the world will be peaceful. So that was a lovely recital and a very creative one too. Really appreciate that. Okay, thank you for reciting your poetry to all of us. Now moving on to our next participant, which is Srinidhi. So welcome, Srinidhi. Let me give a quick introduction about this little talent here. So Srinidhi is a 12-year-old girl, and she started to write poems from the time she was 7 years old, and published 4 books from 9 years of her age. Very much interested in literature and playing keyboard, and a great poet as well. So welcome, Srinidhi. Over to you.
Yes, ma'am. Today I'm very grateful to be present here in this festival. Thank you so much to Torvi ma'am for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I hope you like my poem. It is called Empty. Let me start. Flying through a maze, a heartless void, a crumpled paper plane, a broken toy. And the child cries, but in a chamber of echoes, where however hard you try, all you can do is remorse. And there are no doors, but they are locked. Torn till you're burning cold, you'll never know the because. Floating through endless stories, a meaningless void that you want to avoid. Where every grand starts and ends with a mystery. And even the greatest of earth fall to dust. Where an exit that doesn't exist is a must. And you can try and try to be the best. Try and never rest. But your fate is sealed by fake for post team that just wants gold. This poem I wrote it about how sometimes our mind is filled with unnecessary thoughts and we can't get peace, because when there is no peace, our life becomes unmeaningful and just a waste of time. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you like it.
Yes, Srinidhi, we loved your poem. That was really wonderful. Yes, peace of mind is ultimate goal. Yeah, so that was really wonderful. Thank you for sharing it with us. Next in line, we have Vaishnavi. Welcome, Vaishnavi. Let me introduce Vaishnavi to you all. Vaishnavi is a 17-year-old whose pronouns are she and they. Her works are based off anywhere between her experiences from people watching and existential crisis. She released her debut book titled Sunflowers of the Dark, an anthology of 39 poems at the age of 15. She makes art when the days are good and curls up to poetry when they aren't. So that's really interesting. Over to you, Vaishnavi.
Hello, good evening, everybody. So I'm Vaishnavi. I am originally from Pondicherry, and I have been living here for the entire of my life. So today, I'm really thrilled to be performing and rendering my poem in this year's Panorama International Poetry Festival. The poem that I'm going to read today has no title because I thought very much like the very theme of today's session. It's very open-ended and it's whatever you want it to be. So here it goes. Before I came into being, I stood gaping at the vastness of an ever-expanding universe, dazed by the possibility of the heaviness drenched in the empty. So when I stumbled upon solid land, nameless, I dragged across the city a fishnet to devour it all, a big puncture of want, an orifice as an accomplice. I wanted to haul this warped space in my clustered lungs and let it lay scattered on my body's floor. Because I do not like feeling whole, so limiting and small, that there's no place for thistles to grow. What is nothingness, if not a desolate home? Thank you.
This was really very cute poetry expressed beautifully, Vaishnavi. Thank you for sharing it with all of us. Next is Vignesh Kaskar. So I welcome Vignesh on the show. Over to you, Vignesh. And let me quickly, introduce Vignesh to you all. Vignesh Kaskar is studying in grade 8. He loves poetry, writing, gardening, art, and music, and is learning classical music and choir too. That's really wonderful and a very interesting combination of talent you have. That's really wonderful. Over to you, Vignesh.
Namaskar. So, am I audible? Okay. So, thank you, Panorama, for giving me this opportunity. I'm blessed to be part of this event. My name is Vignesh Kaskar. I am studying in Standard 8 and I'll recite my poem now. So, the title of my poem is Shunya, the Celestial Void. Shunya, the celestial void, nothingness to completeness, emptiness to fulfillment, dissolving the confused mind, reminding the body's mortal nature, connecting to the higher consciousness, radiating blissfulness within, sparkling eternal truth of existence, opens the door to the divine's grace, path to liberation from all bondages, illuminating soul, merging with the wholeness to become Shunya. Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Thank you, Vignesh, for reciting your beautiful poetry. Next is Vipanchi Nayak. Let me quickly introduce Vipanchi to you all. She's an enthusiastic teenager, an excellent orator, and Vipanchi Nayak is truly an explorer because starting from writing to building robots, playing keyboard, helping economically backward children in learning English, organizing free art class for children, clay modeling, playing chess, and the list goes on. But creativity doesn't stop for Vipanchi. Her love for animals compelled her to author a book at the age of 10. The name of the book was The Mysterious Virus, and she used the proceeds from the book for helping animals in need. So that's a very interesting introduction about this little talent here. So welcome, Vipanchi. Over to you.
Hello, all my the fellow poets and poetesses, and everyone present here. Before I start, I would really like to thank the organizers of this session and Writers Capital Foundation for organizing this session. It really makes us feel really special to be part of this prestigious event. The title of my poem is Zero Sum Game. I hope you like it. Senses, emotions, ego, and pride takes you on a long but beautiful ride, traps you tactfully and creates a divide, surrounds you, leaves you nowhere to hide, and in the end, asks you to pick a side, good or bad, by whom will you abide? The mind, as always, ever so mystical, makes you a perfectionist, makes you reach the pinnacle, shows you beatific but leaves you miserable. In your mind are the answers, don't be gullible. Easy to see without looking too far that pride ain't the answer. Pride ain't the opposite of shame, but its source, the fiery prancer. What describes and shows qualities is intellect. It tells you about everything from every aspect, but the final decision lies in your hands. Right or wrong, you must face every circumstance. Stronger is your belief and weak is the intellect. Take care of it well, and your life you shall never regret. Then comes the soul, to reach whom one needs devotion, for the ultimate goal is to have the realization. When you do, you learn of the dualities. Pride, shame, ego, and guilt are nothing but mere qualities. Both Shunya and infinity are one and the same. It depends on how you intend to play the game. You could be wise or you could be just lame. Because in Shunya, man and Lord both fire one flame. This poem is based on the human's life going through different stages. First comes the child who relies on their senses and emotion and only does what their mood makes them do. Then you have teenagers who rely on their mind and do everything based on likes and dislikes. Then you have adults who follow the intellect, try to distinguish between good and bad, right or wrong. But only when a person is realized, they find out that dualities are like two sides of a coin. You toss for the game. Anything we do might be good for us and bad for someone else, and vice versa. It really is just perception. That is why we as humans should let go of all dualities, which is total consciousness or complete shunya. Thank you very much.
That was beautiful, Vipanchi. We not just liked it, but we loved your recital. So thank you for sharing your poetry with all of us. And now, finally, last but definitely not the least, our last participant here in the line today is Vishal KV. Welcome, Vishal. Let me quickly introduce Vishal to you all. He is studying in 8th grade at PSBB LLA, Bangalore. He is interested in poetry writing, story writing, plays piano and guitar. He is interested in wildlife. Interesting. All right, Vishal, please, over to you.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me? Yes, sir. Namaste. I'm Vishal from Bangalore, India. First of all, I would like to thank the Writers Capital Foundation, Panorama International Literature Festival, and Dr. Amulya Kamalnath for inviting me into this festival to recite my poem. Firstly, before moving on to the recital, I would like to quote a short quote by Swami Vivekananda. Man is nothing but a speck of the microscopic dust in the vast immensity of the space. But given the power of logic and reason, he has the power to comprehend the whole universe. Now I'll move on to my recital. Shunya, a celestial void. The infinite space in zero provides celestial space to fill it with the essence of human qualities. The oneness between life and God, like the shimmering objects in the void of space, views that depend on feelings as vast as the ocean, as tiny as a pond, empty but yet full, the contradicts of void is gigantic and equal, born out of voidness, and will the vacuum be vacant even after perishment? Striving to achievement are we, to lie in deep desolation, nearing our end? Not knowing the purpose of life, the creator, and the vastness are we, living in this world, we naive and violent species. At the end, strive to connect two zeros, achieving of man's knowledge, the solace of light. Thank you very much for your patient listening. I also wish the organizers the best of luck in conducting this festival.
That was really wonderful, Vishal. Thank you for sharing it with us. So, oh my God, I am actually, kind of clueless now. I don't know what to say because honestly, like I told you at the beginning of the session, at this age, I was just playing with toys. And for me, probably poetry was something like, rhyming cat and bat and he and she or something like that. I could not ever even imagine that kids of my age or this age could ever even attempt poetry or even not just poetry, kids are even authors and they have written so many books. Oh, I really have that inferiority complex in front of you kids now. So, I really wish I could become student of one of you kids present here. Is anybody willing to accept me as a student? Maybe you can just help me with writing because that was really wonderful anyway. Now let us give a big round of applause, all of us, to these little kids here, power packed house, here in front of us today. That was really, really wonderful. And, we totally enjoyed. I hope everybody enjoyed. So did you all kids like listening to each other's poetry? Come on, make some noise. Come on, you kids shouldn't be so quiet. Make some noise. Come on.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Definitely.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, I was so honored to meet so many different talented people. And actually, I had my test going on. It's from Monday until it's going to last till Friday. So I got to know about this event by my mom. And I just got one day to prepare for the poem and I wrote it today. And I was like, so nervous. And when I was meeting so many people, I felt like, oh my God, how am I going to, compete with so many skilled people? Because I was not familiar with literature that much. And seeing so many have written books at the age of 10 and they have done so many kind of achievements. It really feels like so proud, to be with the same platform with all of you guys. And I learned many things today. And I would like to thank the festival today, which was held because it was very informative and all the fellow participants for encouraging me to improve myself. So thanks a lot. I learned a lot today.
For me also, the highlight was absolutely listening to all of you. It provided me on so many different perspectives. I think at the end of the day, that is what literature is truly about, a bunch of perspectives and how well we are able to convince and convey the other people about what we think. Hearing all of you speak, it was truly an honor. And also, I'd like to thank the Writers Capital International Foundation as well as the Panorama Festival for making me a part of this. It has been an incredible honor. And I hope all of you continue to soar to even greater heights than you are right now. Thank you and all the best for all your future endeavors as well.
That was really wonderful input from Ananthini and Sakshi. Sakshi, you're saying you were nervous. I'm actually more nervous sitting in front of you kids today. Like I said, I probably can't even write 2 lines of poetry or, at this age, but you little kids have achieved so much already. You really should be proud of yourself. And in fact, all of you kids should really be proud of yourself. So one more time, a big round of applause to all of you. So, yeah. So with this, we have literally come to the end of this wonderful session today. And what a great session this has been. Really, it was really amazing to listen to all of you kids. Probably most of it for me to understand poetry in its whole. I probably need maybe years, to understand poetry. That's how deep they were really wonderful. So, these kids are the future of this world. And I have to say that the future does look creative and beautiful. So with the theme Shunya being so deep in itself, it's really surprising to see these little minds understand it so well and present their splendid works so beautifully. Definitely, this truly is impressive. And I would now like to, thank the chairman of Writers Capital Foundation, Mr. Preet Nambiar, and the Panorama International Literature Festival 2022 for providing this wonderful opportunity to our young poets and poetesses to showcase their work, and also for giving me this opportunity to curate and moderate this beautiful session, and of course, to listen to all of your poetry. I also extend my heartfelt gratitude to Irene ji, Hana ji, and Amulya ji for being here with us and encouraging us with their beautiful words. I also would like to extend my thanks to all the parents who encourage their children for taking part in this, prestigious event. That is really, really wonderful. I truly want to thank each and every parent from the bottom of my heart. And last but definitely not the least, all the viewers from across the globe who are watching this session live or who probably watch it later. I really want to thank them for taking the time out to watch and encourage our little talent here. And I would like to finally conclude by quoting this verse from Gita. It's just an English translation. A man is made by his belief. As he believes, so he is. So all the participants here, continue to believe in yourself, that you're the future this world needs. I hope you all enjoyed this session because I truly enjoyed the session. Thank you and namaste.
Thank you so much. It is, as they say, true that a poet is born. So really, what wonderful, crisp verses we all indulged in today. In fact, so melodious and yet profound. Poetry unites us all, young and old, giving us wings to fly across all borders, and we are the proof. Please continue being the beacons of light, conveying across the globe the mighty values of humanity, keeping all darkness at bay. We thank each one of you, dear young participants, for being a part of the Panorama event with your magnificent literary works. Special thanks to the curator, Chitra Torvi, and also Dr. Amulya for all their beautiful work during this session. And we thank our viewers from across the world for watching us live. Goodbye, everyone. We promise to unite ourselves in the realm of poetry again real soon. Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye. And
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. The honor is ours.
Thank you. Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you so much.